Alrighty. We're back for episode 3 of our Bean Time build. I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. This will be our third
But it's
adventure, I think.
technically episode 36 of Between Two Beans. Um I did not have anything to cover for news or anything like that. Um did you?
No, so we've been kind of hitting a time crunch lately. We get into our code a little bit, and then we run out of time, and then we ramble quick towards the end. So I
Yeah.
figure maybe we'll give it a week. We'll let some news build up, and
All right.
we'll hit it hard next week. But maybe today we'll just dive right back in.
Sounds
Um,
good.
I bel I believe we're on the module 4, step 2,
Yep,
if I
step two.
remember correctly.
Before we do that, I just wanted to
Okay.
show everyone my new toy. I got a new camera. I don't know if you can see this, Kevin, but I got a new camera, and I have it on my one of my minis. But I can also control said camera. Uh, I can move it around. I can zoom out. uh all that jazz. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm pretty
Nice. Yeah, I can't see it. I'll have to check it out.
okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's just another thing that I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. Uh what I'm gonna use it for, but we'll see. Maybe I'll use this as my normal camera. Who knows? But I think I've seen a little lag before, so maybe not. We'll see though.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so on to this, which I will share the step we are on with the audience. Like Kevin said, we're on step 2 of module 4. Um, so pretty much we're asking a question to, and then, or it will, the you got everything muted. Alexa will, no, nope. Dang it, I missed one.
Too many devices in
Alexa,
there, right?
quit. Alexa, quit. I believe I forgot I turned that on. Uh, but anyways, uh, Alexa asks a question, uh, and then you, the user, is supposed to answer the question
Mhm.
um,
Correct.
with a response. So, um, step 2 has 4 sub steps. What?
Yeah. So this is a little different than if you've gone through Cake Time before. This is new stuff. So the first thing that we're going to do is add a
Just
custom get birthday intent. So that's going to have custom slots and some dialogue there. And then we'll update play game handler to ask a question, and then the we'll add the get birthday intent handler, and there's a chunk of code that we'll just probably copy and paste in. It's going to receive data from that get birthday intent. So
okay.
you have your get birthday intent,
Okay.
and it's got some slots to it that
Yep.
information will kind of be plugged into. We're going to update the play game handler to actually ask that question. And
Okay.
then we're going to add a get birthday intent handler,
Got it.
which is going to receive the data from the get birthday. So it's kind of a big, you can almost see how it's a big circle and things are kind of coming together.
Yep.
So
All right. So
if you're
first
ready,
off, we need to jump to the build tab in your developer console, and then you'll have the invocations, interaction model, and then assets. We want interaction model. We want an intent. Um, and we need to add an intent. So we won't be too creative with this one. It's called birthday intent in there, so we'll keep it the same. Uh, so you just type whatever you type in here. It doesn't matter. This is totally custom. You can name it whatever. Bean intent. We already have a bean intent, but you get the idea. You can name it whatever you want, and then you just click create intent. Now, if you leave here without saving, uh, you'll lose it. So make sure you save before leaving this page. Uh, Now we need some utterances. What are they suggesting?
So
Uh,
we are going to look through here.
okay, first
They have
add a custom birthday intent or get birthday intent with
mhm.
custom slots and delegation. Okay, so um,
So
add the intent
each
and then click build. Okay, so we're just
mhm.
doing that. Okay, all right. First you have to save. They skip that part. Then
Yeah,
hit the build.
yeah, yep.
Um,
And so the instructions here, the tutorial kind of goes through a quick review of sample utterances and slots. It gives you an example of he was born in November 1973. And
mhm,
so what we're going to do is month and year. So
gotcha.
those are our two sample utterances that we're going to jump into.
But before we get there, we it looks like we are adding a yes intent. Or did we already do it? No, we already did
I
that.
think I think we did that in the
Sorry,
module
my
2
bad.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Create custom intent. Oh, we already did that. Why are we building it?
Did it say to build? Oh, it
Oh,
does. You can
build
click the build
tab.
tab.
My bad.
Build tab, that's what it was. Yeah.
I need I need some coffee or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm on track now. Now that I understand the everything. So yes, we need a month and a year um a slots. So
Yep.
let's do that. So we're going to go back over to here to the birthday intent and type in the curly braces um, and then type in month and then end curly brace and then begin curly brace year and then end curly brace. Now this, as soon as I hit add, it will add the slots below. Or you can hit this plus here, or you can hit enter. I normally just hit enter. So now that we've put this sample utterance, uh, so what the user can say, it created the slots for us, but this is only within this intent. We still need to actually custom build the the slot.
Mhm.
Sorry. Um, and I'm going to go back over here to the documentation. Uh, Hit plus sign and then okay, yep, that's what I just said.
Right.
And
Yep.
the
You
sample
covered that.
utterance text, add more sample utterances. Oh, oh, she was born in month of year, something like that. So we can go
Mhm.
back over here. Um,
And
I
while you do that,
was,
real quick, I'll just explain what that how to write sample utterances section is talking about. It's almost talking about role playing or having a fake conversation with someone in order to determine how you would say something or how someone would respond. And that way
yeah,
you can kind of understand what intents you would want to pick up. And and what you would kind of want to, how you would want to phrase something in order to have the information get across and brought back. So, oh, she was born in month of year. That makes sense if you're asking, oh, when was so and so born? Oh,
Hmm.
she was born in July of 2022. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it is good to
Exactly.
have that conversational style in getting your utterances set up.
And I also put in one where I flip flopped him. I
Hmm.
I said he was born in the year 1982 in August.
Yep. Yep.
That's not my birthday. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
There are a lot of use cases and situations where you do have to kind of cover all your bases. Think outside the box a little bit and make sure that you've
yes.
you've got them all.
And then with that said, as soon as I think it's like either six or eight, if you have sample utterances, this will give you a recommendations over here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Add five sample utterances. So if I had five, I could um, just show. Um, okay, so I hit five right there. It's already building recommendations.
Yep.
This does take a little bit sometimes, so we'll come back to that as soon as it does that. So we did that in the sample utterances text box, add individual slots uh, by themselves,
Right. Right.
which we did.
Hmm.
Scroll down to the intent slots section that were created. And month row, select slot type and begin to enter month. So we're going to
Exactly. Yep.
use Amazon's built-in ones. There we go.
Yep. And what we did before was just kind of give them a name. Now we're actually going to define them. We're actually going to give them, I hate to say a function because that's a whole other thing, but we're going to give them purpose. We're going to give them some meaning.
Yes. And this has all the days, all the months within this little chunk of the slot type. So all the months and many different ways to say that month in case someone is not saying August. Maybe they August,
Right. Right.
September, whatever.
We
You
from
know,
from
uh,
Boston.
uh, they say everything differently, so they'll have those different ways of saying things, months within that slot type. Um, okay, we got recommendations now. We're gonna go back over here. So we got 21. I'm not gonna go through them all, but they just give you a bunch of uh, ones, and then you can either select whatever ones you want. You can select them all, deselect them all, whatever. But I was born a month, a year. I don't think anyone says that, but I'm going to add it anyways, just to show you. And then I'm going to exit out of here. So that was easy, and I just added it with one click or two clicks. So it's really nice. All right, so back to the documentation. We got month in there. Now in year, click the select slot. I can't talk. Slot type menu
Yep.
and begin to enter four. Oh, four-digit number. Uh huh.
So yep, we're gonna do the Amazon dot 4-digit number.
Cool. All right. We got that.
And
If
this
you
is where we're
entered
definitely going to save
years
it.
uh, in the slot type menu, the search menu returns no result. Uh, yeah, and then save the model. Okay. Then are we building it too right after this?
Not yet. I think we're going to jump over into.
Okay.
We saved it. Saving is always good. Save often.
Yep.
Save even more. Um, so then it talks about dialogue delegation, and that's the last part of step 2 that we're in. You apply a dialogue delegation so that your skill with incomplete answers can still give you something or have something to fall back on, or so that you just don't hit a hard stop in a way. So the example that they actually give is a user answers the birthday question with just a year or just a month. So if I say, when were you born? And you're like, oh, 1992, well, then it follows up what month, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So, so we're going to go into the intent slot section and we're going to locate the month row.
All right.
And then
So
under that, oops, sorry.
there is two ways to get there. There's the one we're already here. You can just select it right here, edit dialog, or you can go to the slot types. I'm just going to do it right here. Okay.
Perfect. We are going to, for the month one, we are going to edit the dialogue link, which, did you do that? A little behind. I'm looking at Twitch here. Are you under slot filling? Is that where we're at
So I just read your comment.
right now?
Um, nice. So I am on the month intent editing. So slot filling, is that what we need?
Correct. Yeah, it looks like we're going to jump uh, actions column of the month row. We're going to edit dialogue. So I think that's about where we're at.
Okay, and then yes, under slot
Under,
filling, next to
yep,
the slot required fulfillment, check the click the switch, which I just did, and
yep,
enter two boxes appear, and we want to make sure that the fulfilling. Oh, that's what we turned on. Sorry. So we want a prompt for them to ask us or Alexa to ask us uh, what month we were born in.
right.
Are
Yeah,
we in
thanks.
under
What
a
month were
year?
they born in?
No, we're in
Month. Month.
we're in month.
Yep, we're in
Oh
month.
yeah, so what month
Yeah,
were you born? And make sure you hit enter or hit the plus key over here
mm-hmm.
to make it actually enters it in. If you just keep it in this little insert area, text area, it won't save it. So, and then we'll come back with month.
Yep, perfect.
And you can once again add a bunch of utterances if you really want to, but for this case, we'll just use month. We're going to hit the
Perfect.
save model again. And I'm going to go back to the birthday intent and then go down to editing it the year. We will then do it once again, slot filling this toggle right here, and then enter what year were you born in, and then they'll respond with the year.
Yep, perfect.
Uh, I want to make
And
sure
save
I
option.
actually. Yes, I did. Okay. Yes. Each time you are done with the section, hit save.
Hmm.
Always hit save. Good point. We did that with a month and year. Um. Okay. Yep. And then it talks about doing it the year. From dialogue, delegate strategy menu, select enable auto delegation. So that
This allows Alexa to ask the user follow-up questions until they get all of those slots filled.
is right here. Dialogue delegation strategy. Enable auto delegation. Uh, and so it actually asks those questions we just set up.
Mhm. Yep. The goal is to have all of those slots filled. That way you can get your appropriate response.
So yeah, exactly. So Alexa responds appropriately.
Yep. So we're going to save and build.
All right.
We're going to go through that process. Um, I've noticed that, of course, it's almost common sense, but the more you start adding to your skill, the longer it takes to save, the longer it takes to build. So this process can take a couple minutes.
They can. They can. Yep, for sure.
So
So let's get on track to see what we're going to do.
yep,
Um,
we're gonna jump
so
into
looks
the
like
code
we're
handler.
going to be building a intent.
Yep.
No, celebrity functions JS. So we're not making an intent. We're making a JS. Pretty much, it's like a you have a bunch of functions that does something, not an intent handler at all. You'd want to put this in a different file just to organize, and then you can keep your handlers nice and lean and not have a bunch of. Also, if you're reusing code, you don't want it everywhere. You want it one place.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
So, um, that didn't actually take that long. Uh,
No.
let's go to our code tab.
Yep. Perfect. So we're gonna jump into the code tab. We are going to um, on the left hand side, the skill code. Click on Lambda to select that folder, and then we'll click New File. So then we'll enter the Lambda slash celebrity functions.js under file path and click Create File.
Not KS, JS.
JS. Yeah.
You can always, if you mistype something, you can always fix it later.
Yep.
You just rename it. I'm not sure
So,
if it works in here, but I think in I think it might work in here. If you rename a file and you're using it somewhere else, I think it renames it everywhere else too. But I could be wrong.
oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm
I
not
know
sure
it
either.
does that. I think in like a VS Code, but I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to copy this for to keep things moving along. But like Kevin said last time, it's really great for you to actually type in this kind of stuff, so then you learn it. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You kind of get a feel for how functions tie together or what kind of information you want where. This is a short example for this celebrity functions, but it's very it's very good to just start at the top and see what it's going to do, and
Mm-hmm.
then how it goes down through your check answer, and then where it's pulling that months from, and then you see your typical function things, or functions, but like to lowercase and get full year, parse int for year. Uh, the function of user time zone is in here. Then there's a module.exports, get random celeb, check answer, and get hour. So yeah, it's interesting. Um,
It is. But yeah,
I guess I don't have too much to say about it. It's if you're familiar with code, then this makes sense. But I think it is good even to write it out. I think that's always a good strategy.
for sure.
So we have that, and yep, you got that in there. Then we're gonna
Uh,
jump into a JSON
JSON
file that
file.
has, yep. So that would be same process, lambda documents, and then we'll do it
Oh, this is
birthday.json.
going into documents.
Yes, so this is lambda, and then documents, and then birthday
What is it called?
birthday.json.
Thank you.
Yep. Um, and then we're just gonna copy this. There's you can see here, it's got all these different celebrities. Do not see my name on here for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird, weird. And then it has their birthday as well. So you can kind of see where it's going to pull that information from. Well, that's disappointing.
Let's
Oh, we
see if
made it big enough
anyone
to be
has a
visible.
close birthday.
uh,
Antonio Banderas is the closest a month and day, but not year.
yeah. Wow,
But
wow, wow. Sean Connery is 1930.
holy
Wow.
cow.
I didn't realize that. Did not
Wow.
realize that.
Now, he passed away, right?
I don't think so. Did he? Oh man, hold on
What?
1 second.
I'm I I can't search. You can search.
Oh, I'm concerned now. I have to search.
I'm pretty sure
Uh
you did, but maybe I could be wrong. But anyways,
oh
so we
yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
he did. October, wow. October 31st, 2020. Hmm. Did not
Yeah.
realize that. I think I probably did, but
So we got that. Now we have to go back to the index.js and then edit our play game handler.
yes.
I'm supposed to replace it with welcome to the yes handler.
Welcome to the yes handler. Okay.
Okay.
It's for learning purposes.
Yes, it's for learning
So you'll
purposes.
see where this all ties together. I guess.
So we are looking for the. Did I just name it the bean intent?
I believe so. Bean.
Yes, it
Yep.
is. It is because this is where I have the yes intent. So, all right. Welcome to the yes handler. All right, we got that in there.
Perfect.
And then import. So we're importing a bunch of stuff. Um,
And that's going to be an index.js.
and this will be at the top,
Yep.
which you normally don't want to have anything outside of a handler unless you're importing uh, this file. So I'm getting this out of here. We
Mm-hmm.
need to. Where are we? Oh, the handler that calls celebrity functions get random celeb method um, returns a random celebrity that the workshop uses backticks in module 3.
Yeah, for a template string. Yep. And
Okay.
that helps with readability. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're using a lot of variables in there, um, if you're if you had, celebrities and I don't know, you could even specify like gender or uh, all kinds of different, for this example, for all kinds of different variables that you want to call. So that helps if you're using those backticks for a a template string, then you can easily read that. You don't have to worry about uh, quotation marks like single quotes, double quotes as much. That that's definitely helpful.
Sure.
Um,
So
so
I just kind of copied and pasted uh, an intent I already had because I'm gonna I kind of moved down a little bit to the section where we're creating the birthday intent handler.
sure, yep,
Um, and so I moved the celebrity, all that kind of stuff within that handler. Like I was saying before, you don't want to ever have that stuff at the top of a page, because uh, if someone is using your skill at the same time and they try to access that information, it will sometimes crash your skill. So,
yeah, that's a good tip. Absolutely.
um, so I don't know where we're supposed to be asking this question though.
Which one are we on? Are you talking about the
In
speak
what
out loud in what
month and
month and year?
year was celebrity name born? I think that's in the launch.
Probably. Yeah.
Let's throw it in the launch.
Um, index.js, copy all of that. Replace the strings.
So I lied. I am actually going to move this uh, celebrity stuff within launch instead of where I put it before. So um, instead of having this at the top of the page, I moved it within launch. So it's going to be asking us in what month, year was celeb name born.
Great.
Um, because it's getting a random celebrity for us to figure out. So
Mm-hmm.
now we are in the get birthday intent handler. Um, uh,
You did
we
you did the APL doc section here. Number 8. Did you do that part?
maybe no, I didn't
Okay, just double checking. Yep. It's nice that they include the APL side of it too.
for
They're
sure.
not focusing just all on the voice, but they're giving you that experience with the visuals as well.
Yes. Um, and then we're going to be replacing. So I copied and pasted the other intent, but we are going to be replacing the yes intent with the get. Actually, I called it birthday intent, not get birthday intent. Um, like so. Um, I have to go down to the right one. And it also should be intent name, which I believe is the same thing. Yeah, intent name. Yeah, that's not nothing different there. You're just changing the intent uh, name, and we called it birthday intent. Or what? Whoa, whoa. Uh, hit F12. Um, so I called it birthday intent.
That works.
Um, Now, when the user answers the question, the slot values are sent to the handler to be handled. But how do we get the slot values? Scroll down into the handle section and then replace with this code. Uh,
So
that's
they've
not
got
how. That's not how we. This is how we get it. What? This section is not in the right place. It's talking about the celebrity functions and get random celebrity. So this is the chunk of code that we need. Um, so that was
right for the get slot values, the
a little
year, month.
confusing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we are
So
in the handle section right here. That's what they were saying to scroll down to the handle section. And we're going to paste in that code that they just shared with us. Um, I'm just tabbing over because it looks better. That's one thing. They don't have prettier or beautify or anything like that in here. So
that's true. You
I
got to
wish they did.
keep
Yeah.
your own indents. Yep.
So we are getting the year and month right here from what the user said. And then we're going to speak it out to the user. Also, your answer was month of year. Would you like to try again? Um,
Yep.
and then change the APL for this section as well.
Yep. Back to that.
I don't have a title. I don't have a title.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, title.
it's up here. Yeah. I don't. Did they just. No, they put it in the. It's duplicated again. This was from above.
Yeah, so the title you said yes, and then subtitle you made me so happy. I saw that. And then you have title, what month were
So
they born?
it's under number 7.
Yep,
It says title, and the subtitle, what month were you born or were they born? But the correct chunk of code was title, month plus year, and subtitle, try again.
try again. Right, yeah, I see that. I didn't scroll down. Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
this is two errors we found. Are we taking notes?
I better
We as in
for a
you?
start. Yeah, we as in me.
Oh, well, undo that. Well, that I don't like that. It's not aligned. Oh well, I have to leave it.
My OCD is kicking in.
All right, so upper right hand, save, and then click deploy. Let's do it.
All right.
We're saving.
Yep.
We're clicking deploy. Um, Yeah.
We should be able to test something here.
Yeah, we should. Perfect. Done. That was quick. Let's go to a test tab. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, we should be able to test a few things here.
Bean time.
There it is.
There was a problem with the
There is
requested
a
skills
problem.
response.
With your
That's good.
requested skill response.
So
Wait,
this means there's an error. I might have mistyped something, and I actually probably know exactly what it is. But this is great because we get to try to figure this out. Even though
yep.
I'm about 99% sure I know what the problem is. But just to show everyone um, what CloudWatch is. CloudWatch is going to be where all your
Yeah, this
logs
is
are
good.
going to be. Um, Sometimes it will be nice and give you an error message, but most of the time you have uncaught exception. Ow. Cannot find module. Oh, this is pretty simple. Cannot find module celebrity functions .js. So I actually didn't capitalize functions.
I see. I see.
This was not the error that I thought it was. But uh, so it's great that we had an error because then we could
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah. And that was a
Like I
perfect
said,
example of
sometimes
CloudWatch.
um, you can't it won't tell you what the actual error is, or it'll be very vague. Oh,
Right.
I didn't say make a new one. I said rename it.
Yeah, that was a really good example of using CloudWatch, though. You could really drill down, figure out what needed to be squared away, and
I
then
kind
report
of
it back.
did go through that pretty quickly, so I'm going to as soon as I hit save and deploy, I'm going to go
Sure.
back over here to CloudWatch. So you once you click on that CloudWatch tab, there'll be different log streams, and each one of these was an instance that we had with the skill or another user. If it's a very popular one, this thing will just be like, "Wah!" Just filling up, and it's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
And then you click into the skill or the log stream, and then you'll have a bunch of stuff here. But it didn't even get past the first thing, so you're not going to have anything. And then you just click on it to drop it down to find out more information. So
Yep.
that's a little bit better uh, demonstrated.
Yeah. And how old is CloudWatch? Is it 2 years old? I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember. I remember when it first came out, it was a pretty big deal. Um, I feel like it was part of an Alexa Live thing, but I might be getting confused with reInvent
In what
as
month and
well.
year was Steve Buscemi
So
born?
forget what
Oh,
it
there
was.
we go. What month and year was Steve Buscemi born? A said Buscemi, but Buscemi.
Right.
What month and year? I'm gonna say September uh 1967.
I'm gonna say the 12th, or I'm gonna say December of 1957, and probably if I just had to guess, I'd say like the 13th was the day.
You just triggered birthday intent.
So, um, this is what I thought we had. Oh, we also skipped another step. So, birthday intent. Uh, we didn't do one thing when we were creating this. Let's go back to our index. I'm going to double check that I actually named this correctly. I did. And then we have to register that handler in this add request handlers, which
Oh, did we?
we
Yeah.
didn't do. Oops. No. What did I what did I call it? What did I call it? Birthday intent handler. Oops. Oh my gosh. Um, I am hitting Control S, which you can do within if you actually are clicked into a file. If you just do like this and hit Control S, your browser will try to save the whatever the dev console HTML, which won't work. So yeah, if you're actually working with inside a file, and then click Control S or Command S, you can then save the file instead of clicking the save button. We have to
Good to know.
deploy it again.
Yep. Yep. And this is always the trial and error part. If you get it right on the first try, oh man, I want to teach me, teach me.
All right. So that is done. Let's go back to the test tab. Open up Bean Time
In what month and year was Steve Buscemi born?
again. Not very random now, is it?
No, no, I was gonna say there's like
So
20, 25.
December 1957.
That's what I'm
Your answer
thinking.
was December of 1957. Would you like to try again?
So we didn't check anything, but that is the appropriate response in there from what we got from the tutorial. That's so we did everything correctly. It noticed December in 1957 is what we said. So it's working correctly. But I'm going to try again.
In what month and year was
Okay.
Jennifer
Whew.
Lopez born?
We got Jennifer Lopez.
There we go.
Alrighty. So that's working. Oh, and we're at the bottom.
Yep, yep. We made it to the bottom of is it module
Uh,
3,
four,
step 2.
4, step 2.
Or did we? What
Yeah.
did I say?
And then I know we're running a little late, but let's still do this wrap up and do this
Sure.
self test. Because I liked it when we did this. I thought this
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
good. I don't know about the audience, but what does APL stand for? A. Alexa
Yep.
Presentation Language. B. Advanced Presentation Language. C. Abstract Proposal Level. It's probably C.
That makes complete sense to me.
Actually, the answer is A.
Yep. Yeah. The Alexa presentation language. Yep.
Do you want
Perfect.
to read number 2?
Sure. So, what is a slot? A. One complete exchange between Alexa and the customer. B. A variable you define in an intent to get a value passed to the data access layer, or C, the time allotted for the user to reply to Alexa. What's your guess, Will?
I'm guessing B.
You would be correct. You would be correct. Slots are variables that you define in an intent so that specific information from the customer's utterance is captured and passed on to the skill. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's very important to get the terminology down. That way, when you're working through the console, you're understanding what piece of the puzzle needs to go where.
Yes. Um, uh, that is the only time terminology is crucial because, like, if you knowing the difference between a slot and an intent, and where to go, like Kevin was saying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you have multiple slots in an intent and you want to make sure Alexa automatically collects them all, what technique do you enable? Intent completion, or sorry, intent completion, B, slot filling, or C, auto delegation.
Yeah. So these, if I came across this question on maybe a certification exam, I would hate this question
I
because
would agree.
this is one of these ones that when you read the question and you have multiple slots in intent and you want to make sure that it automatically collects them all. Okay, so you're collecting them all. That to me is like completion. But
Mm-hmm.
then in the actual question, it says automatically. So then I'm thinking, oh, auto
Yep.
delegation, right? So this is one of these cases where you just almost need to brute force know what that's called.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that was the case, you would know that the answer is C, which we had done earlier in the stream, auto delegation. Um,
I actually, so what I was reading it, I was actually thinking it was slot filling because um, you need to fill slots, and that's an actual toggle that we were clicking on. So
exactly.
slot filling was actually a portion of this as well. But in the end, we needed to make sure to have auto delegation was
Yes.
selected.
Yep.
So yeah, it
I
is
agree.
definitely a tricky one right here. I would
Yeah.
have gotten it
Yeah.
wrong.
When I was in healthcare, we had exams and they were like choose the best answer. And so you'd get a patient scenario and you're like, well, you had to answer the question on what info you were given because if you
Mhm.
started thinking, well, if he had diabetes or if she had pregnancy, blah blah blah, like, but you had to focus on that question. So this is one of these questions that, again, if I had to take an exam and came across this question, I would flag it for later and keep on moving.
Mhm.
So if I didn't know what the answer
For
was right
sure.
away.
I just realized my banner was on Bean of the Week the whole time. Um, I guess this is our largest Bean of the Week. No.
Best bean ever.
No, I know both of us have Bean of the Week. So,
Yeah.
and I'm actually pretty hyped to talk about mine. I know you're a big comic book fan as well.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
this is the guy who also created all the STLs for that I printed, the models that I printed that I
Oh,
showed
okay.
last time, and
Right.
also
Right.
on my secondary camera, we also saw another one of them. And this, I don't know what came first, this story, this comic. I'm pretty sure it's a comic, or the making the STLs. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's the comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is one I actually haven't backed this yet, but I plan to. It
Okay.
seems like a very great uh, deal when you talk about comic books. a volume. This has 1 through 4. Plus, you get issue 5. And I think you can only spend, or the if you want to get digital 5, it's just $5. If you want the print of 5, it's $9. But if you want the volume, it's 18. Um,
Okay.
or if you want the collected volume and number 1 print, so you get the volume number 1 in print and digital.
Right.
Uh, uh, and I want to say it's, oh, the 22 is a limited version.
Okay. Okay.
Let's
Oh,
get a, oh yeah.
well, that's pretty
Oh
cool. I'm
man, but
all for it.
anyways, it looks like really great art.
I was gonna say
And
the same thing. And it's always
and
cool to see what the developers, but uh, the ones without the big two are putting
oh
out
yeah,
there.
for sure. Yeah. But yeah, this looks great. I really want to get this. So.
Yeah, and it's nice that there's a little bit of extra info down here, so you get to see kind of the open book there and
Mm-hmm.
what your panels look like, what kind of
Yep.
color schemes are being used. Because sometimes that's just it. You don't know what you're gonna get,
Mm-hmm.
and you could open a comic and it's got full page spreads, and it's like, okay, the art's nice in here, but where's the story? But
Yeah.
this looks like to
Exactly.
be a solid mix of the two, which is fantastic to see.
Yep. And they
Yeah,
actually
that's
also
really
have
cool.
all the people who worked on it. Uh, Evan uh, was the des- writer designer of the story. He is also the designer of the models themselves.
Okay, right.
Um, and then we have an artist, a colorist.
Yep.
I don't know what letters is. Do you know what letters is?
I believe it's the styling of the font.
Okay. Oh, cool. And then we have an editor. So it's a legit group of people. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Was there a was there a date on this one when they were wanting to complete their goal?
yes. Good point. Um,
I don't know if it says how
uh,
many days or anything.
well, it says
Like,
November 12th.
okay, okay, so 3 weeks ish.
Yep, and it still has like half its goal. So hopefully they get there. I know
Yeah,
all
yeah,
his
definitely.
STL file Kickstarters that like every one of them I belong to. Um, uh, they all get funded. So hopefully
Good.
his comic gets funded as well. So
Yeah, yeah, I'll
um,
definitely be checking this out as well. Ignis Quadrant.
yeah,
Cool.
Ignis Quadrant
Nice. Nice.
for sure. And then how about you?
My bean of the week is a very
Nice.
great product that I wish I did not have to bring
No
up.
about.
Um, so Thursday morning, it is 5 a.m. and I'm getting up in the morning before everybody else is up because I want to do some studying on some stuff. I want to keep learning, want to keep building, whatever. So I get up early in the morning because I'm a morning guy. I let the dog out and I go over to the coffee maker. I start the coffee pot. I let the dog in. Not 5 minutes between that had passed. So the dog comes up the steps and I'm like, "Hey buddy, I love you" and stuff. And then it hits me. Then it hits me. This smell, this skunk smell is not only all over my dog, my poor silver lab, beautiful puppy, but all over beautiful me. And so I am stinking of skunk because I just, gave him a hug right off the bat.
Oh, oh.
So not only that, so it's 5:05 in the morning at this point. I am like, "Oh, this is terrible. What do I do?" You know?
Hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm in nothing but my gym shorts and I'm going out onto the into the yard with a stick going to wage war against this skunk that I'm like, "This is a bad idea."
Yeah.
So, I'm like, "What do I do?" So I go in the house and dragging the dog to the bathtub. Meanwhile, my two kids are sleeping. My wife's still asleep. Like I'm trying to be super quiet. I stink. The house smells terrible, and I get this dog bath, and like I did the whole tomato juice thing,
Hmm.
and that worked a little bit. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. So then I'm googling at this point. I'm like, what do I do to get this smell out? And there's like this combo of hydrogen peroxide and baking soda and dish
Mm.
soap, and it's like, it foams like a lava volcano thing and all that. So I do all that. Everything's good. That did a lot to get the smell out of the dog. Meanwhile, I still stink. But I got the I got the dog squared away as best as I could, but the house still smells, and I don't know. My hands, I felt like they stunk terribly. So I go on and I find this De-Skunk thing, and I didn't order this one off Amazon, but I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 bottles like saved around the house now. But I did find this at the local store,
Okay.
and I pick it up, and this stuff works like magic. I mean, it is night and day. Like you let it sit for like 15 minutes and clean it up. It's like a shampoo, but you
Hmm.
could also use it on your carpet, your upholstery, uh, your hands, my clothes, everything. Like I put this stuff in the washing machine with my
Oh, wow.
clothes. Like yeah, and it works. I don't know what magic chemicals that are in there that I'm probably gonna grow like a fifth arm, fifth third arm. But
Okay.
but yeah, this stuff highly highly recommended if you or any of your pet or whatever gets sprayed by a skunk. That was
That
a
is good to know.
lifesaver. Man, it was a
Huh.
terrible Thursday.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds horrible.
But yeah, this is one of my most highly recommended bean of the weeks. But yeah, the house smells better. I smell better. Make that clear to everybody. And that's all I have for this week's episode. I don't know if you had anything else that you wanted to touch upon, Will.
No, I do not. Um,
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
there's my miniature again.
Nice.
We can go back to me, but nope. I think we're coming along pretty good with this tutorial. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
um,
I would say that we are probably going to wrap up the tutorial in either the next week or two, maybe.
yeah.
If there's anything that anybody would like us to cover, or even another run through of something,
Hmm.
or just a topic that you'd like to talk about, or someone we need to get in touch with, a developer wise that you'd like to talk to, let us know. See what we can do to get that stuff going. But we want to make sure that the show is what you want, that you're getting something out of it and is entertaining.
Exactly.
And
Um,
on that note, whoops, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. On that note, I can be reached at on Twitter's a good place to reach out at KJ Evans EVANS 2787. That's a great way to get in touch.
And I am at on Twitter as well at WRONGHOLT. And I thought there was one other thing I wanted to share, but I can't remember now. Oh well, it will be next Tuesday. We'll be here and doing more of this. So be here next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, have a good rest of your week. Bye, all.